very much time, but whatever time I have, maybe first half an hour I will devote to just letting you understand why entrepreneurship, why innovation is so important, right? Why entrepreneurship and why innovation is so important. So I will just take you through one or two slides. Not that I'm going to talk about all the slides all the time, but let us look at the background first, right? Let us look at the background first. See, India, when we talk about India today, we are talking about India as what? What is our biggest asset today? What is our biggest asset? Language should not be a barrier, no? Assamia, English, Hindi, anything you want to speak. What is our biggest asset?
Human resource.
What is our biggest asset? Our youth. We talk about our demography. No, our youth is our biggest asset. Right from the Prime Minister, everyone is talking that how do we harness this asset that we have. Asset if we can harness on this. And this idea that harnessing youth, harnessing through enterprise creation has actually started way back in the year 1991 itself. Liberalization whole. Liberalization about what the people started realizing that there can be entrepreneurship, there can be growth through enterprise creation. It's not only the government who's going to create jobs, there can be private enterprises, there can be private enterprises which can create jobs. So if you look at it, post-economic reform era, we find that India has seen a lot of entrepreneurs coming up everywhere. There has emerged a very vibrant small-scale sector. Number one, a lot of people, technocrats, IT professionals, educationists, everyone has started to look at entrepreneurship as a career. Earlier, what used to happen? Earlier, people used to think that, if I pass out, can I get a government job? Now, that is gradually starting to change, and it's a very, very positive scenario. Particularly, maybe here we're still looking at a government job. But if you look at the premier institutions of the country, maybe the IITs, the IIMs, etc., there you will find that people are not looking so much for jobs. They are looking at more the campuses, the infrastructure is becoming a breeding ground of enterprise creation, of startups coming up. So basically in India, what is happening? IT professionals, educated, not so educated, everyone can think today, can I start something? How many of you think that you want to start a business? In this classroom, how many of you want to actually start a business?
Raise your
One.
hands.
Okay, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5. So I think slowly hands are going up. But maybe many of you might be having in your mind that maybe I will start a business. Let me work for some time and maybe later on we'll start a business. But if you look at most of the premier institutions, you'll find majority of the students are saying that I want to start my own business. Now it's happening in the premier institutions, and it's time that it should also happen in other tier 2, tier 3 and other cities also. And everyone should look at business, starting your own enterprise as a career option. Because if you look at it, where are the jobs? Where are the jobs? That's my first question. If we all think that we are going to get a job, let us be sure that we will not get a job, all of us. Because and job meaning our government job. Government jobs are a scarce commodity. So if I get it, fine, I get it. What is my plan B? Where are the other jobs? Other jobs would be in the private sector. Now in the private sector, what happens? Private sector is only some people can survive in the private sector. Not everyone can survive in the private sector. Because to survive in a private sector, you need to be very, very enterprising. The skill sets which are required to survive in a private sector are almost the same skill sets which are required to start your own business. So why not start your own business? Because there the government is trying to give you as much as possible. Okay, so you will find that in India this is already happening. It has started to happen. The powerful, privileged, informed set of entrepreneurs know their potentials, possibilities and opportunities. We know in the corporate sector people are leaving their jobs in their 40s and they're starting something on farming. Here itself, if you look at Assam, I know about so many people who have graduated, who had, especially last 1.5 বছৰ যে pandemic হ'ল, 1.5 বছৰ pandemic হওঁতে কি হ'ল, বহুত মানুহে আহি নিজৰ জাগাত থাকিলেহি, থাকি পেলাই কি দেখিলে যে ইয়াৰ পৰাই যদি চাকৰি কৰিব পাৰোঁ আৰু ইয়াতো দেখোন কানেক্টিভিটি থাকিলে দেখোন সব সহজে হৈ যায়. I don't have to locate myself in a big city anymore. So if I don't have to locate myself in a big city and there are so many opportunities in my own hometown, can I start my own business? The number of people who have stayed back and they've started their own business. One of the positives of pandemic is that some people who were never looking at coming back to the state have come back, and many of them are seriously contemplating of coming back and starting because there are so many opportunities. I'll come to the opportunities little later. But whoever wants to start a business, there are certain qualities which are there in them. Whether, he could be a fruit seller selling fruits outside. He could be he or she could be an engineer or an MBA working in a multinational company. Whether he's an uneducated person or he or she is a very educated person, there's a common thing amongst both the groups. They need to do some kind of work to survive. The zeal to work is very strong. That dependency is led, the zeal to work is very strong. In majority of the cases, no one has taught them entrepreneurship. You don't have to think that you have to learn entrepreneurship, you have to do a course on entrepreneurship. No, it's not required. Just a short, sensitization and etc. is enough. It's more of research that is required. So you don't need to do a big time course to become an entrepreneur. The most important thing, they are all enterprising. Amongst all of you here, I don't know how many people are here, maybe more than around 100 people are here, students are here. There are some of the students who will keep on questioning the teacher. আছে নহয় এনেকুৱা যে বাৰে বাৰে মই সুধি থাকিম কুৱেশ্যন. কিছুমান আছে যে মই বেছি প্ৰশ্নই নুসুধো, মোক যি ক'লে টিচাৰে এইটোৱে অহায় বুলি ভাবোঁ. ইয়াৰ মাজত কিমান মানুহ আছে যোনে who do not give up easily? কিমান students আছে যোনে who will say that I don't give up easily? Okay, I see more and more hands going up. Good. So that is one quality which is required. That I don't give up easily. In fact, a quality to jitu kolo I don't give up easily is a quality whether you want to become you want to work in a government sector, you want to work in a private sector, you want to start your own. The most important quality is not the ability, is the thing that I will not give up easily. As entrepreneurs, the quality is that you do not give up easily. They are all very enterprising. That's the most important quality. Okay. As I said, why India needs entrepreneurs? Basically to capitalize on new opportunities. Opportunities are galore. Ami sobe shunisu ne Startup India kotha. Startup India kotha shunisu. Every day, eta agote ki asile je ejon manhu jodi if he or she is born to rich parents or born to a business family, only then they can become earn more. Today it has been proved, and it is being proved again and again, that you need not be born to a rich father or belong to a business family to do well as an entrepreneur. What is happening? India, itia jiman unicorns. Lot of unicorns are coming up. Unicorn mane ki jar $1 billion company ho gase. $1 billion companies are becoming India is a third largest startup ecosystem in the world. After that, my idea is most important. If I want to start my business, my idea is the most important thing. If I have a good idea, if I innovate, we are talking about innovation. Idea to moi jodi ate ki business korim. If I think that moi jodi bhabu je moi handloom handicraft or business korim, ekhon moi boutique kholim. That's not innovation. In what way am I bringing in some sort of technology? In what way am I doing something different? That is innovation. Right? So innovative idea is the key. So if I can look at what my innovative idea is, and if I can idea it, then I can, think about having startups. Let me talk about Northeast. Ami jodi Northeast boli bhabo, kun kita sector amar opportunity ase? Ki sector ami business korbo paro, bhabibo paro Northeast? There's no right or wrong answer. You can just say whatever comes to your mind. What are the sectors in which I can think about doing business? Yeah.
Say louder.
Handloom industry.
Okay, handloom. Then,
Industry.
then
Farming.
Farming. Okay, agree. Then, Aru.
কি কয় পৰ্যটন
Aru.
পৰ্যটনটো কি কয়
Tourism.
Tourism. Okay. Then handloom, handicraft, tourism. Okay. Then agree. Agree. You said.
Horticulture.
Yeah. Horticulture can be. So agri and food will be covering. Agri and allied will be covering horticulture. Everything. Tamane ki hobo pare? Any resource which is there, you can look at that resource as an idea for starting your business. Definitely tourism. Again, if you go to tourism, what are the areas in which you can think about tourism? Just think. Tourism or ki business hobo pare? Farming is one part, but back end there are many things. Front end many things. Can I have an aggregating platform to just connect? Can I use drones to go and check the, to even spray and take stock of what is happening in the places which are not accessible? So you can look at the entire, gamut of things, and you can look at ideas like that. One business which picked up a lot during the pandemic is what? Home kitchen, cloud kitchen. So service sector to both business opportunities are there. Right? So you have to basically look at then gardening. These are okay, broad sectors, right? We have health as a sector, we have then waste management as a sector. So we have IT and ITS as a sector where you're doing a lot of apps, etc. for starting your business. But along with that, you have a lot of other service sector businesses. Things like a cloud kitchen. Then could be all these Rapido all those, these are what? These are all, startups, right? You look at yourself right from the morning that you get up. What are you doing? On about the net site, this app, that app. Photo edit, photo tuli pelai. What is that? Those are all startup ideas. Every time I'm downloading something, is it not someone is making money somewhere? Right? We are doing online purchase, we are making a phone pay payment or a Google. Go to the phone, Google, do it. The more technologically, so people are getting more and more digital friendly. People like us, we used to never do online shopping earlier. Now this 1.5 years, we've been doing all online shopping only, right? And once you get that hang of it, you start doing it more and more. So which is again opening a lot of opportunities. In Northeast, logistics is a big sector. Logistics mane ki? Due to transportation. So you can look at, supposing you are from a remote corner of Northeast. Ajikali sobe Amazon bostu kine. Flipkart, Amazon sobe bostu kine. Flipkart or Amazon will have pin codes up to certain places. For example, moi jodi upor bhitor Lakhimpur bhitor ekhon gaor hoy, mur hoyto Amazonot bostutu Lakhimpurloke ahibo. Kintu এটা দেখিম যে লোকাল কিছুমান মানুহ আছে যোনে কি Amazonৰ লগত টাই আপ কৰি they even give delivery to the remote of the remotest. So that becomes a business opportunity for you. Always when we look at starting up or starting a business, it is we looked at we have to be enterprising. We have to look at what is the problem. মোৰ যদি এটা problem আছে তাৰমানে তাতে এটা business idea আহিব পাৰে. If most of us are facing a problem, then that is the root of how you ideate. It's not by looking at others. So, as we said, we need to capitalize on new opportunities. Opportunities are what? People are getting digital. So that's a big opportunity. So I can start ideating on different aspects. Number one, I need to be aware of what my environment is. From the environment, how do I start looking at ideas? Anyway, so I'll not get into the definition of entrepreneurs. Now, being an entrepreneur, now these are very rosy things which I told you. Being an entrepreneur is not a very easy journey. The fruits are really hard, good, but it is your mindset which is most important. Becoming an entrepreneur, it's a mindset which is most important. There is a very nice book by Ashutosh Garg, My Journey from a Manager to an Entrepreneur. Now, in this book, what he says, when asked about one thing one unlearns to become an entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, you're free because you are your own boss, right? Secondly, there is continuous learning happening. Why continuous learning? Because you all are still young, but people who are already working, they will realize even more. What happens in our life? Supposing I am working as in the marketing field of marketing, whole life I'll be doing only marketing. If I'm a finance person, whole life I'll be doing finance. If I'm teaching economics, whole life I'll be teaching economics only. But as an entrepreneur, he or she gets an opportunity to wear different hats at different times. Because as an entrepreneur, if I have my business, I did it. When we are working, we think that the organization, it's good to have that ownership feeling, but your contribution is there till the time you are in the office. Supposing I'm working in right now I'm working in IA. I must have done many good things in IA. Till the time I'm in IA, okay, I can always say this is something I did. The moment I retire, do I leave any stamp there that this is something I did it? People will not remember you after some time. And after some time, you will go to the organization, you'll find all new faces, and then you will just say that, oh yeah, I worked there. But that is it. People just forget. There's nothing that you can say that I did it. You can say to yourself, but you can't say to the world. There's no stamp anywhere. But as an entrepreneur, it's very fulfilling because always say that this is something I did it. You leave behind something permanent. So, you create an asset and you leave behind something permanent. Don't you think that is something very interesting? That you can always say that this is something I did. Otherwise, no value of I did. Because it's the organization and people are there and people will come, people will go and people will forget each other. And there's no stamp. So that is also one of the very interesting ways in which you can look at becoming an entrepreneur. These examples that I'm going to share. Look at now at a startup of it's the name of the startup is Grey Orange. Now what does Grey Orange key? That's a hardware startup producing 1,500 robots per month. So you can go to, if you are a technology person, if you are good, you could even think about producing robots. And today we find that robots are playing a big role in various industries, right? So this is a customers, who are the customers? Flipkart, Myntra, Jabong, they are the customers because you are using robots for sorting, grading, etc. So this example I'm giving you totally contrasting examples just to get you an idea that what type of startups can actually come in. Next is the augmented traveler, Traveler. Augmented Traveler to key. It's an augmented reality app platform that uses technology and multimedia, helps consumers learn about and interact with sites and monuments. তাৰমানে কি supposing অসমত যদি আমি ভাবো অসমত আমি শিৱসাগৰ পাৰ হৈ ট্ৰেইনেৰে আমি গৈ আছো যোৰহাটলৈ যোৰহাট পাৰ হ'লো we reach শিৱসাগৰত হয়তো আমাৰ monuments বহুত আছে. Now if I want to know about those monuments, I have to Google kori janilu, okay? But if I can give a app-based augmented reality, chotami press kora loge, you get to see the pictures, you get to hear about everything. Don't you think that can be a very wonderful business idea? Even about Kaziranga, for that matter, even about Kamakha. Yes, you can Google and find out, but if you can have an augmented reality startup, so there are a lot of startups in historical sites where they have come up with this. Popular historical sites, you can come up even people within the technology. Increasing use of IoT and AI for home automation. Home automation, or logically, we are all security conscious. Atta to business or say real estates. But real estate or complement korake security ideas both ideas. So a lot of apps have come up to verify, to do this, to lock the door from outside, to get tracking, right? So those are the startups which have come up. Photo editing apps. We keep on taking selfies, photos, and we keep on editing. You will be surprised that 10 million active monthly users photo editing app, which is carving out a 100 crore market. So every time you're editing, you're giving money to someone. 1 lakh uploaded Facebook every day. 1 lakh photos are uploaded every day, and out of which 50% goes for upload, edited, 50% are edited before uploading. So look at that volume, right? Electric mobility. We have to also see what are the policies. Electric EV is the biggest thing. Yate moi dujon lora janu chune, they were working in the government Sakuri dise. Baiko Jibuli company kulise. They are getting into electric vehicles, two-wheelers. Existing two-wheeler they are doing a hybrid model of getting it, and they are doing a charging station also. So electric vehicles, craft liquor. Ajikali ki hoy gose, even your craft liquor mane traditional jibur amar jitu ami traditionally khua liquor to hebur branding packaging kori, that is a big market. So that is one. Freelancing. Harabag is a B2B network of farmers input. So tenake as a Cropin is a farm management software provider. EcoZen provides solar powered pump and cold storage to farmers. Right? Fasal, Ninja Cart. Tenake ami. So there are breathe easy. Tamane iche ami sobe pollution na kotha koi asu na, the startup which is saying that you will purify the house. So teneko startups ahise. Jaipur or a interesting startup case sir. He says, because there are opportunities, you look at those opportunities. Don't get demotivated by the fact that maybe I'll not get a job, and don't take studying one subject after the other. One graduation, post-graduation, some other certificate course, because only by studying it leads to nothing. If you're very good in studies and if you want to do something good, then it's a different thing. Don't waste too much of time. Don't waste too much of time. You will think that it may not be that, just because you're doing this course, you will get a job. So be clear, have a plan B. Always have a plan B. And a plan B, and it's at this point that it is right for you to experiment, because you're still studying, right? That is the time for you to explore, because you're losing nothing by doing that. The last thing which I would like to say here is a very interesting example from a very premier college. It's the IIT Ranchi. IIT Roorkee. So I was called as a speaker to IIT Roorkee about 3-4 years back. And we were talking about entrepreneurship there. One boy, he got up and he said, I want to ask a question. And he said, ma'am, why are people here only talking about entrepreneurship? Because when I got into this college, it was like my dream come true. Right? I got into IIT Roorkee, nothing like it. I studied so hard and I got cracked here. I will easily get a job here. There's no problem in getting a job. But people here are not even talking about a job. What is this entrepreneurship all about? So look at the culture in which colleges have built up there. So with this innovation and entrepreneurship initiative of your college, I hope you all are going to take advantage of what the college is trying to give you, what the college is trying to sensitize you. And as an institution, we are always there to support. And let's see that, if we can create more entrepreneurs, you're not only contributing to yourself, but you're contributing to the entire nation, because you're creating jobs for others. And that's the need today. Thank you so much.